Okay, so we have been doing character sheets. Well, we haven't actually been doing the character sheets, but we've been bringing to life the characters that we will be doing character sheets for. We've been doing their sprites, their avatars, their face sets, because that has to be done first, because we can't have a character sheet without a face or a sprite. So been doing that part first, because I think that's the hard bit, especially as I can be a bit indecisive to get a certain look and make the character look as awesome as possible. So that's what we've been doing this week. We've been taking a little break from the actual game development and been, getting those characters done, because it's been a while. Some of them at the top of this list, Fantasia and Dava and Master Emerald, for example, have been waiting months and months for their characters to get done. So it's been on the cards for a while. Has to be done. So I'll be very happy to get those complete. And I'm thinking, because it's Friday now, isn't it? It's the last stream of the week. We're back again on Monday. It is the 1st of May as well. Happy 1st of May, everybody. So that means we do have to get rid of April's and pop into May. I want to try and keep this updated as much as possible. And sometimes, we're going to have to extend the deadlines, because that's how the world of making a game goes. So this is going to get popped here on May. We are going to delete April now. So I don't think you can delete on Trello, can you? Just can archive. It's strange, but there we go. So there's a lot in May right now, and it's the 1st of May, and there's a lot in May. So we're going to see how it goes. And of course, if we're struggling to fit all these tasks in this month, no issue. We just move them over to June. And if we have to move some of these over to July, that's fine. And if we have to extend when the first playable build is going to be available and etc., then so be it, because I'm not one to punish myself for extending deadlines, because I'd rather have a good quality game, and I'd rather not get burnt out. I think we can all agree there that that's a smart thing to do. As for the dialogue and scenes in general, yes, I did want to get them done in April, and they're not. It's not going to be a big task for much longer, I don't think. I'm one of these people who I like to perfect my scenes and stuff, make sure that it's good quality. I don't want any messiness, or I want it to be entertaining, I want it to be memorable, I want it to be done well. So yes, it's not done yet, and when they are done, because there's a scene with Carol the Barrel's flashback sequence, and the scene with the fruits that we were doing recently. Once both of those scenes are done, they're going to both get put in the scene discussion channel. I'll give you plenty of warning, guys, when that does happen. And I'll probably keep both of them up for a few days at least, so people can give the feedback that they'd like to give. The battle mechanics that we've got coming up, it's relevant to the scene we did, because it's the boss, it's the first boss, which are the 5 fruits. So we did make a start on those boss mechanics a few months ago. I think it was the new year sometime we was working on those, but we moved on to scene work and fleshing out the main quest, because that was also something that was important and needed to be done. So I'm thinking about next week's streams, because we could go straight to doing boss mechanics next week. As for the dialogue and scenes, that's something I'm going to finish off stream, which I've said before. But part of me's thinking we should just do the rest of the character sheets on stream next week, because I say today there's a good chance that we'll get the last few visually decided. We'll get their faces and sprites done. But as for the actual character sheets, we've still got to do all 12 of those, or 11. I think it's 11 on there, isn't it? I can't count. So we've still got to do those, and if I don't do them on stream next week, I will have to do them off stream. So it's still work either way, whether it's on or off stream. And if I do the battle stuff on stream next week and do the character sheets off stream, then I won't be able to do finish the scenes off stream. So it's all about just making sure that I don't put too many things on myself at once. So that is why I'm thinking of pushing the battle mechanic stuff to the week after next week, and doing character sheets on stream next week and the scene stuff off stream. So I think that'll be a good idea. Can't wait to see mine come to life. Yeah, I am super excited because I'm hoping we can get yours done today as well. I'll recall you're the most recent on the list, but all going well, if we're on target, we'll be able to get your character done as well. So I'm going to just fill these in because I want to make sure I'm aware of who I've done and who I haven't done, and make a note of that. So where's the M dash? I know there's a way to do an M dash on the keyboard, but I've already forgot because it's a little bit a confusing one. So Fantasia's character sheet. Can I zoom in even more for you guys? There we go. Kung, how are you doing? It's good to see you, Kung. Happy Friday. And we're doing good, aren't we, chat? We're doing all right, I think. Okay, Fantasia. So, what should we call them? Face, Sprite. Face and Sprite. Mostly done. Just need to edit colour. No, we'll say recolour. Mask. So of course, when all these when the face and sprites are done for each community character, I will send a DM on Discord, so keep an eye out. You'll be sliding in the DMs from me. I'll be like, oh my god, it's Rose. What does she want? But all I'll be doing is sending you the final version of your character. I'm going to be like, is this all right? Are you happy with this? And you guys will have the option to be like, make the hair a little bit more purple or something. Make it, just give any suggestions for tweaks if you wish. Oh no, what have I done? So I want to do this just because when you've been doing so many characters, it's so easy to forget where you are and what you need to still do on some, because we haven't 100% finished the earlier ones. There's still very tiny edits to do, but I kind of like the idea of getting them all done first and then working on the little things, and after that. Master Emerald, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. Thank you for that awesome graphic, Master Emerald. You are a star. You got that done so fast. You got it done super quick, and I wasn't expecting you to do the Sprite ones either, so that's really awesome. Hope you're having a good Friday, Master Emerald. It's a holiday here today, is it? Ooh, that's cool. What holiday is it? Yeah, it's not. Oh, maybe it's a holiday here too. I never know, because as someone who works from home, I'm not aware of all the holiday days, but I believe it is a bank holiday here in England today. It's the 1st of May after all, isn't it? So, might be. Yeah, I just realised I keep actually forgetting it's the 1st of May. So, face and Sprite. Just need to, what is it with Dave? I forgot what his was. Just need to add circlet accessory. Now Masked Emeralds was mostly done as well. What was it we needed to do? We needed to add the Is it a quill? Is that the name for it? Just need to add quill behind ear. And I don't think there was anything else we needed to change, was there? I mean, I can always open the character generator and remind myself if there was. See. So, what's his done, because he did that himself, an RPG Maker MV a while back. So that one's already done. Base and Sprite mostly done. Just need to edit eye. I think it's the left eye. And Zexian's was... Was his done? I think it could have been. I'll say done because I think that one was done. So was Storms. Okay, so yeah, it's just tiny little things. You can see things like little recolors, edits to certain features, and just adding accessories, but the characters themselves are visually almost there for the first lot. So we've got 4 left. So if you've checked the live announcement, you'll see that, yeah, Nethel Binary, Legmog, Annie Media is Legmog, and Oracle. So that's who the last 4 we've got, and I'm sure we'll have more coming in the future, because I know that some of you are probably coming close to the 500 raindrops, so we'll have more in the future. But it'll be nice to empty this out and then be like, yeah, we're done with characters for a while. Labour Day. Hi Mars Raptor, how are you doing? Not to get political, but I joined a political manifestation on WoW and it kind of crashed the server a couple of times, did it? Oh gosh, well I hope you're having fun now, despite the crashes. I hope it sorts itself out. You're extremely organised, Rose, much appreciation. Thank you, Strafe, I appreciate that. I try to. I mean, in all honesty, I don't think I have been. Like, I've neglected this Trello page for a while, but I'm making myself be more organised now. I'm pushing myself to like really make sure everything's properly planned, and you gotta be careful. I've said, you know, I'm not gonna get too distraught if like I don't meet all of my tasks. Like likeliness, I probably won't. Stuff like the UI and the mapping, like all this tidying up section that we've got here for the end of May, it's very likely to be pushed into June, because what we've got here, especially the battle mechanics stuff, can be quite time consuming, and we want to make sure it's perfect. And if we're going to do character sheets next week, then that's going to take a week out of May that we would have normally have done the battle mechanics or something. So yes, but you know, we need to get those character sheets done, and I think that'll be nice and relaxing because it's pretty much mindless work doing the character sheets. The template's already there. It's just all about copying and pasting the text that's in the character forms here, and you know, so we'll have to just do that for all 12 characters. Yeah, you're brilliant in organisation. Thank you, Kung. Well, hopefully I can help, you know, inspire someone out there who's also working on a creative project. I think Trello helps because it's so, you know, nice, the app itself, that it kind of motivates you to be organised because it's so pretty with all the labels. Will I be able to get one of the walking sprites on screen? Oh yes, you will, Oracle. Once we've once we're happy, once you guys have confirmed you're happy with how your face set and sprite look, because I want to like DM each of you to make sure, because I don't want to publicly put up your character sheet and be like, this is Fantasia, this is Matt, and you're like, oh no, but that's not the hair colour I want. Like, you know, so if I want to like confirm first that you guys are happy with how it looks, and once you've confirmed that, I'm gonna put you into stream avatars so you can be walking across the screen just like those guys there. So that'll be super fun, and I'd say by next week, at the end of next week, well, to be honest, we might get them all in before the end of next week, because, you know, well, if we're just going to be doing character sheets next week, the actual sprites will be done first, because that was this week's task. So I might put them in first thing next week, if everybody's is done and we're happy with them. So that's something to look forward to. Hi Lucas, how you doing? You love my order. This is what you mean, Lucas? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Hi Drago, how are you doing? You already inspire me to be more organised with my projects. That's brilliant. That's why. That makes me happy. So I want to see other people's Trello pages. I feel like a bit of a nerd for Trello. It's just really, don't you think it's really pretty? It really is. Like, just how you can do this and put a coloured label to everything. Thanks. Yay. How you doing, Lucas? Though it's good to meet you. Feel free to tell us more about yourself if you like, but no pressure. Yeah, my Trello page looks like this. Yay. Oh, you've got one, Drago? Yeah, if any of you want to share your Trello page in the Creative Work channel, pop it in there, because I'm actually in the mood to have a peek, have a nosy at some Trello pages and see how you guys do it. So feel free to. So here we are. We're on Neffel, Binary, Legmog and Oracle. So I think like we should get into it now. And Neffels. Now, Neffels is one of my favourites because it's got a pig face, and I'm obsessed with pigs. So I'm very happy that we can have a pig face character in the game. It's a challenge because there's no pig asset face that exists out there, but we do have a sprite. I've been having a little look and I've found a pretty good sprite. So with the face, we will have to like design it from scratch, or just grab a few assets and merge them together to something we're happy with. Probably do it that way, actually. Oracle, thank you so much for the 100 bitties. How you doing? Why have I said how are you doing? My brain just stops working. So I'm so silly. Hi Met, that was it. I was meant to say how are you doing to Met. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. Let's have some hype in chat, guys, for those 100 bits. I appreciate that. You are super kind, Oracle. Super kind and awesome. But how you doing, Matt? I hope you're having a good Friday. Okay, so, right, I'm going to show you guys what we've got for the pig face of Neffel. So we're going to be working on Neffel first today, and then we'll move on to Binary and Legmog and Oracle. So anything that I don't do, like say if we don't even get to Legmog or Oracle today, which I hope we will, but if we don't, I will be finishing those guys off stream, and I will be DMing you. So be prepared for that DM over the weekend, showing off your character. Do you use a Sprite to make your graphics? I don't actually. My main visual programs I do use a Photoshop and Graphic Scale. Graphic Scale is a pixel art software, so that's sort of similar to Sprite. But the reason why I don't use Sprite is simply because I'd have to learn a new software, and I've used Graphic Scale for about 7 years, so I'm just comfortable with it. But I've heard that Sprite's pretty cool, and it does look very good. But yeah, so I just tend to stick with what I've known and what I'm used to. But I've heard good things, and I have been curious about looking into it more and seeing what it offers that's different to Graphic Scale. Awesome. But yeah, most of the assets in our game in Raindrop Chronicles are like other people's assets. We do some editing, especially like, you know, if there's a character that doesn't exist out there and we have to create it from scratch, like Carol the Barrel and all our original characters, they're made from scratch. We did those in graphic scale. Will you make graphics today, or have you already done them? Well, we'll be doing the faces and sprites of these 4 characters here, Neffel, Binary, Legmog and Oracle, and we'll be using the RPG Maker generator to do them. But there will be times that we'll have to like make edits, because sometimes you don't get them to look exactly how you want. So there's a chance we could be doing some actual graphics edits today. Actually, a very high chance, because we're going to have to do a piggy face, because that's something we don't actually have in the RPG Maker generator. So yeah, we will have to do that. Okay, so here we go. So this is what we had. Where is it? Let me find it. This was the one I found on Wednesday, but I realised it's for XP. This pig is actually for RPG Maker XP, so it's actually a much smaller, I think, than the MV ones. I did like it though, like visually, I think that would be pretty cool. But the sprites, as you can see, they've got much chubbier heads, and they're kind of more wider and shorter, the sprites in MV, than this particular guy. So what I did find, you're probably gonna laugh at this, I found an orc. It's meant to be an orc, this green guy here. Why does it keep going down? But it looks like a pig to me, not an orc. It just looks like a green pig. This one here on the 3rd row. So I'm considering just changing it to a pinkish sort of colour, like a pinkish or whatever we're going to have for Neffel. It's probably going to be pinkish or skin tone. I'd say probably very similar to the colour of this pig here. If we'll change it to that and see what it looks like. But he's got a snout. He's a full-on pig to me, this guy, not an orc. To me, an orc is more maybe like that. Maybe that's more of an orc to me. It's funny. I was just like scrolling through and I was like, oh, a green pig. Oh, it's not a pig, it's an orc. Oh. And I'm like, this could work for the pig head asset. Looks like a gremlin. He definitely does when he's green, that's for sure. But out of all the assets I've been looking for, because I've really searched the internet, this is the closest thing I've found to an actual pig, other than this one, because this is actually a pig. It's just not, it's not an MV asset. And I was also looking at the faces, and we have pigs here. These are like real pigs though, like actual animal pigs, and we're after a human who's pretending to be a pig. So really, it's a tricky one. But then we got that guy, and I'm sure that's the same guy that's here. Like, he looks very similar to him anyway, with his pointy green ears and snout and fierce mouth. I don't know if like we're gonna just full on take that one. I'm tempted to like edit it a bit and obviously change the colour of it so it's a pig colour. But we'll see, because this one here, that guy there, the third one, is the closest I've found other than the farm animal pigs. So we'll have a mess around for a little bit for the first part of the stream. And Neffel, because of the nature of the character and its very unique look with the pig mask, it's probably gonna take the longest to put together out of the others, because I had a browse at the other character sheets last thing on Wednesday, and binaries and legmogs are more straightforward and probably won't take too long to do. Oracles is pretty unique and it has like eyes that are all one colour all over, but we do already have the assets for those in the generator anyway. So I think the assets for that we want for Oracle's character as something that already sort of exists, so we should be okay there too. I love your British accent. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Who doesn't love a British accent though, right? Okay, so I'm going to open RPG Maker MB, and we're going to just have a little look through the generator and start building Neffle's character, because he is a man underneath the pig mask, so we still have to make his actual human form, and the mask will kind of be on top of that. So let's hide our Trello page temporarily. Good morning all well for me anyways. Hi Phoenix, how you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Happy Friday. Right, so the generators, there we go. It was lagging a bit, but it's here now. So I don't think we saved Neffle's character, because I don't think we even properly started it. So that means we can start from scratch. So what have we got here? Let's just have a look at everything that's available to us. So we do have like the beast faces. There's a possibility we could use one of the beast faces to build the pig mask, because what I'm thinking of doing is taking a bunch of assets, different face shapes, different features, different snouts, and putting them together to make this pig mask. Because this one here that we were looking at earlier, this green one, it's it's all right, but the perspective of it's quite high, and I want it to be consistent. I want all the characters to look like the same. I mean, it's not too bad, but like, worst comes to worst, if we have to just have that and change it to pink, then we'll do it. But I want to kind of like, try and see if we can be creative about this. Because I kind of definitely want to do a version where he's got the human face too, and I want to make it look like it's clearly the same dude. I'm doing okay, thanks Rez, yay, glad to hear it guys. And if anyone hasn't answered the question of the week yet, it's what's your favourite NPC from a game, or some of your favourite NPCs from a game, so feel free to share. It's a hard one because there's so many good NPCs out there in all the RPGs and games that have existed. I think next week I'll ask who is your least favourite NPC in a game, because if we're still going to be working on characters and character sheets next week, then we'll want to stay on topic. Hello friends, you wound up on my Rex. I was recommended to you. I'm honoured. Great. Welcome to the stream. I'll call you Heron actually. But you probably are great, so I don't mind calling you Great either. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Friday. And thanks for stopping by. Okay, so right, so we're gonna have to get rid of the mouth and the nose, because they look very weird having mouth and nose on beast faces, of course. So that's easy enough to do. We just go on mouth, and there should be a no mouth option. There actually isn't. I think we're just expected to click one of these. Ooh, there. Okay. There we go. No nose. It looks like doesn't look like a pig much at the moment, probably because it's got no ears. I don't even know if I'm going to use this one for the pig, but we're going to have to use something. I mean, we could always just use a full-on mask, because there are masks here. But I personally liked the idea of the mask being a full head mask, not just a face mask for this character. Especially if we're going to just use a full-on orc character for the Sprite model. So, yes. Normally, if it was just a face mask, I'd probably use this. But obviously, delete that face and put pig features there instead or something. But no, I think it's better if we have a full-on animal head. Because I think it's cuter as well, like that. BRB, enjoy your BRB, Oracle. That works fine. Heron is lovely, thanks. Yay! Well, welcome to our awesome stream. We're awesome here, aren't we, chat? It's good to have you here with us. We make an RPG here in this stream. I build the RPG, and chat help inspire me and come up with some cool story ideas, anything at all that help shape the story or characters or the world and lore, and we just ramble on and nerd out together, don't we, chat? And it's been lots of fun so far. If you've got any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Not the only one, but Gwen from Guild Wars is the fave from that game. Ooh, is there a particular reason you love her so much, Master Emerald? Is she a badass? She sounds like she is. Is she a chronomancer? Okay, so yeah, so looking at the faces, we have pigs. Don't you think pigs, this might just be me, but their kind of skin is kind of very human to me. It's not like fluffy like that. That's more of a wolf to me. These ones here. I'm thinking of using a dwarf and just putting a snout on the end. Because if we look at our orc model that we've got that we're going to use for the Sprite, let's have a look again. Orcs have human, their skin, don't they really? It's just green. And pigs are the same, just pink. So, yeah, I think it'd be better if we used something like that. I've never seen a fluffy pig before. Maybe you guys have, but I haven't. I love that blue tiger avatar. Yeah, the little blue tiger walking across. That's Azrael. He chose to be that one. Because when you get 500 raindrops in the stream, is there a command here? Let me show you guys. Make sure everybody's aware. Once you get 500 raindrops, you can be a character in the game. But ignore that link because that's an old link. Peeps fill in the forms on the website now, but I will be removing the forms from the website because I'm getting a lot of people fill them in who aren't even part of the community, never mind have 500 raindrops. Like complete randoms are filling in the form. It's like, oh dear. So what I'm going to do instead is delete the forms off the website, the main page, and I'm going to put them in a secret area on the Discord for people who have the role. And once you get 500 raindrops in the stream, I'll give you the role. I'll give it to people and then they'll be able to see the forms. And that way I can keep things a bit under control a bit better. Woolly pigs are a thing. Oh, are they? Yes. Well, maybe they are, but I'd say that the skin ones are more common. The skin ones, that sounds really strange. For NPCs, I really like Scala from Chrono Trigger. Oh, Chrono Trigger's a good one. I really like that game. My favourite in Chrono Trigger, I mean, it's not an NPC because you play as it, but Frog and the robot as well. Those are my favourites. Also, I'm going to time you out, Rain Robot, because because you're sending people old links. But honestly, guys, all you have to do is look at the website. Raindroprpg.com will say it all. Well, it kind of does. There needs to be more up there, like an FAQ page, though. But it's all right so far. I've accidentally timed out the bot for 600 seconds. I'm trying to figure out how to undo that. Because otherwise the bot's not going to be talking in chat for ages. She's a mesmer illusionist. I think you get very attached in the tutorial when she's a child, and then when she comes back, she's just an awesome defender. Oh, really? So you actually see her, like, when she's... You see her backstory sort of thing? That's pretty nice. She sounds badass. 10 minutes seems like a bit much for the bot. It does. I was meant to do it for just 1 second. But I think it does the 10 minutes by default. I only did it because I don't want you guys clicking on an old link. So, yeah, I need to update that command. Anyway, let's have a look and see what we've got. Out of all of these, though, if anything's closer to a pig, it's probably going to be that one. But I don't know about that thing down there. Have to delete it. I think that's just there by default. I thought it was a smiley face, but I actually think it's meant to be like, you know, when people have big chins and it folds. I think it's more meant to be that. I can always just delete that bit in Photoshop. But yeah, if we can easily like make it a little bit more pinkish, I think we'll have to. But ignore the sprites here, ignore these on the right and the small sprite here. We're only paying attention to the face because we're going to be using this guy for the sprite. I feel like I need to have him next to me just so I can refer to him when making the face. Because I want him to look consistent to the face we give. You know, I'm actually really surprised there's no pig assets. I would have thought that would have been a really, really common one because pigs are popular, aren't they? But you know, it's an excuse for us to be creative and make a cool pig character that's actually a human. So what I'm doing, I'm just copying and pasting the orc character that I found. I'm copying and pasting his sprite, just so, and I'm going to have it next to me just so as I'm building the face I can at least make it look like it's the same shape. As for the colour, it doesn't matter at this stage because that can just get edited into a pink colour. He'll need to have clothes put on him as well, but that'll be easy enough. I'll probably make a separate sprite for that and just merge them. Right, so I'm going to hide that so you guys can see the generator, or I could have it up for you guys as well. I could pop him there. It can be a little bit, when we see he's green, that can be a bit distracting, but we got to try our best to not get distracted by the green and just look at the shape of him. Okay, so eyes. Let's get the eyes first. Have we got any? Because looking at those eyes, they're like all one colour, aren't they? We could do something like that where we give him, because it's a mask. It's a mask. This is, so it might kind of make sense that he would have hollow eyes, I suppose. But I suppose you just, masks can still have eyes no matter what. The big chin, yeah. Hi Rose, how are you? Great video too, but have to dispute one thing. The idea of me being wholesome in any way. You are wholesome though, Rod, aren't you? I always thought you were. Have I been wrong this whole time? But thank you. Which video? Do you mean the latest one that was on YouTube? Yeah, it's the double chin fold. That orc looks really piggish. Yeah, sunken eyes with masks. Yeah, that's kind of what I was imagining, like hollow eyes. So it's pretty clear it's just a human that's wearing a mask. If we can get that impression across, that'd be great. But he does, doesn't he? That's what I thought at first. I was looking through the assets and I thought, I found a pig. I've got a pig. I thought he's green, but it's still a pig. And then I read the description and it said orc, and I was like, oh my god, that's actually an orc, not a pig. So he's got a little snout, and you can see the snout as well from the side, that it sticks out, which makes me happy because that really looks like very piggish. I always thought orcs, like my idea of a traditional orc was that they had very flat kind of faces. More like they've got a sort of snout, but a very small flat one. But I'm not going to complain, because if it wasn't for someone imagining orcs as pigs, then we wouldn't have this awesome asset. I'm lewd at times and make vulgar jokes. I'd never know, Rod, because you've only ever been sweet in my streams. Who would have known? Also, going to be going, just checking in how you were. Hope the weekend is decent for you and that you stay safe. Thank you very much, Rod. You have a lovely weekend too, and thank you for the comment on the videos. I've had some people say some super nice things about it. I wanted to do something a bit different. If anyone's curious, you just have to look at my most recent video on my YouTube channel and you'll see what it is. So I'm glad it's helped people. People liked it. Okay, so that little fold is very distracting. It honestly looks like a smiley face, and it's quite disturbing with those eyes. But yeah, we will delete it. What I'm planning on doing is just sticking a snout on it, so it's obviously a pig. And what we can do to do that is just hide that. We have some faces here. We've got a pig here. If we zoom in, we can see him a bit better. This one here, you can see the pig. It's pretty obvious which one's the pig. So we have an option. We can always use that snout, or we can use this snout if that one doesn't look right. Or we can use this snout. So we've got 3 snouts here that we can take. Because let's face it, if we full on just use that, piggy would look really weird, because that is clearly a farm pig. That's a real pig. So imagine if we just use that as the face. It would be very jarring. So my job is to, make sure that we're consistent as much as possible with the sprite and the avatar. So I'm kind of tempted to recolour this now from green to pink, so it's not so distracting. I think it'll help a lot more building in, but we'll see. I kind of want to see. I'm impatient to get the face done as well. So pigs, they don't have eyebrows, do they? We can't give him brows. That's too human-like. So honestly, I think we better go with no brow. Ears, of course. Pigs don't have human ears, so that has to go. Oh, they could work, guys. Do you think they look like pig ears? I was actually very surprised then. I wasn't expecting to have ears that were so close to a pig. I was thinking that we'd have to take an Alfia and just stick it at the top or something. He looks funny with those ears. My goodness, that's nightmare fuel. That is horrifying. Let's get rid of that one. There we go. Always think of the orc as always a smoshed face. Yeah, exactly, Phoenix. They're more squished little faces. The second one on the top is pig looking. Second on the top, you mean that? Well, that is our Alfia, in all honesty, and we need to be as close as possible to. It's weird because they're kind of positioned there on this guy rather than at the top of his head like that. But we can always just move them down just a touch in Photoshop. We can always just grab the ear and move it slightly down so it matches the sprite more. We'll see how it looks, because we are going to have to do a pretty heavy edit to this when it is done anyway. But I think that it's not too bad. It's close. We're not going to get a snout, that's for sure, I know, because there's no pig noses here. We have cat noses and stuffs, but so yeah, I'm gonna just take the snouts from the other faces, the real pigs, and just stick it on and hope it looks okay. We'll see. I'm expecting to do a bit of an edit though. I'm gonna say, as for mouth, I don't think he'll have one because it'll be hidden up by the snout. I mean, of course, pigs have mouths, but usually the nose is so big that you don't really see it. So, let's get rid of that. There we go. Did you have to draw all the variation stuff as well? What do you mean by the variation stuff, Phoenix? But the answer is probably no, because the amount of artwork I do in this project is minimal. I try to keep it as minimal as possible because art can be extremely time consuming and there's plenty of other stuff to do when building a game. So I need to take that weight off my shoulders as much as possible, considering I'm just one human being working on this. So for that reason, I purposely go out my way to keep the art that I have to do to a minimum. But at the same time, if there's ever an opportunity to create an original character or an original asset, I'll do it if it's gonna make things really cool, like Carol the Barrel. I do not regret for a moment making her and her fellow companions. If you've been on the website, anyone who's newer here, you'll have seen them on the main page. There's no missing them because they're barrels that have got faces and they're pretty unique. So but how you doing, Maro? The different parts that you and Delete to make all the characters kind of different. I'm not sure actually what you mean by the variations. I can be a bit silly. Please excuse me. Sometimes I don't always get what people mean. But Maro, I think I answered with what I said. I think I might have answered your question as well. I have a command here though. So there you go. But yeah, guys, let's just be real here and honest. If I was going to do 100% of the art of this game, or even 90 or 80%, this game would never get finished because it just wouldn't. Because I'm the only person working on this project, and there's a story to write, there's battle mechanics to do, there's menus and UI to do, there's scenes to direct and put together. There's everything. Everything. So I think I'm being very smart by limiting the amount of assets I'm doing. And same goes for sound effects and music as well. I'm using three resources for those too, but obviously making sure that they're blooming good, because this is £0 budget, so I'm not like going overboard and paying for expensive good quality sound effects or anything like that. It's all £0 budget, but I quite enjoy scouring the internet for sounds. I find it really fun to do and think actually that one will fit in this. I just saw the barrels in your website. They look so cool. They do, don't they? I think they're very, what's the word? Not quirky, that's not the word I'm after, but you know what I mean. It's along those lines. Very unique. You don't see those kind of characters every day in any media, so I think that they definitely give a nice, like, original and unique touch to our game, which is very much needed, considering most of it is stock assets or assets out there that other people are very likely to use for their game too. So I like that we do have that originality in the game somewhat with those characters. Very unique. Yeah, they're like they're going to be pretty key in the story as well. I kind of have fallen in love with them, so I'm going to make them very, very major to the main story of the game. They're basically the MacGuffin of the story, the main plot. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the term MacGuffin, but what it basically means, if you're a writer or you're like kind of knowledgeable about tropes and all that kind of thing, you might have heard of MacGuffin. But what it is like the thing that the protagonist is after and seeking. It's a bit like, the ring in Lord of the Rings. They're looking for the ring. The ring is the MacGuffin in that. I think a lot of stories out there have that thing. And they're the MacGuffins and Raindrop Chronicles. We're trying to find them for Carol the Barrel, because she wants to find them. They've got kidnapped, and it'll all become clear in the cutscenes that are going to be put out soon. We were working on some of them recently, but a lot of you guys haven't seen them as a whole yet, those cutscenes, so I'm really looking forward to putting them out there on the Discord and releasing some YouTube sneak peeks of them as well. Okay, so what are we looking at now? Wow, a clown. So I don't know if any of these are going to be relevant to what we're after, but sometimes I like to look anyway, because you never know. I like the mud. Look guys, some of you can be a character who just has one eye if you want in the centre of their forehead. That's an actual thing. Yeah, there's not really anything there. There's also beast ears here. I don't know if these will be... I think the ones we've got are fine, in all honesty. Oh my god, the bunny ones. And yeah, we don't need a tail because he's just a human wearing a pig mask. We don't need wings. Clothes, let's just take them off for now. But he will be wearing clothes, but we'll do that bit after, because that's the easy bit. We'll do the hard bit first. And I don't think he's going to be wearing anything on his head or on his face, so okay, so I think honestly that is really what all we're gonna get. So anything else will have to be edited on Photoshop. So what I'm planning to do is export this in Photoshop, delete this weird smiley weird face or fold thing, get rid of that, put a snout in position there instead, and just try and make him look more like a pig if possible. But it doesn't matter if it looks a little bit unnatural, because at the end of the day it's just a mask, it's not a real pig, so it's meant to actually be a bit nightmare fuelish, I suppose. So once we're happy with the look of the face, we will do the body. And we have a character form, Neville's character form, to follow for that, because he does have a look in mind for what the guy actually looks like underneath the mask. But yeah, that's the normal shape of a human face in this game, that one there. So using that, yeah, it kind of bulks him up a bit, I suppose. And what it really is, just a dwarf, but I feel like it's definitely the face shape that works best. These ones weren't too bad, but they're just a bit too furry for a pig. But if we wanted to, we could combine both. So I kind of like how the top of the head looks on particularly the wolf one, maybe. But we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna look through the eyes again, but I don't think there's any others that are better than those. I definitely like the hollow eye look, especially if we're going to go for that Sprite. Okay, so I'm going to export this face image and we'll bring it into Photoshop. This brightness is so good. Well, thank you, but it isn't my sprites. Welcome to the stream, Mark. How you doing? I've been having a massive talk, well, not massive talk, I wouldn't say it was massive, but a little ramble, I guess, about why I don't do the sprites. I've kind of been talking about it a lot this stream. And it happens when I'm actually doing characters in streams, I always get that. I always get people coming asking questions about the art. When I'm doing dialogue or something like that, it's different. I get people coming in asking if this is a text-based adventure game. I'm like, no, it is a proper RPG game, but we're just doing dialogue right now. But this is why I have the website, so you guys can see everything and what it actually is about. The FAQ page is going to be pretty cool to have, because these are such very common questions that need answering and putting on there. I do think I have that one. I do actually have my YouTube description talks about it as well in my YouTube VOD videos. I love the characters that have been introduced so far. Oh, which one's your favourite, Phoenix? Is there any that you're drawn to or curious or intrigued about specifically? Okay, so where am I going to export this guy to? Call it pig mask for now, and I'll just put it in our images. And also but yeah, guys, in all honesty, that's why I don't stream in the art category. I've never streamed in art category because it's not relevant for me to. If I was a sprite and an artist, I'd be streaming under art right now instead of science and technology. Because you gotta go, haven't you, where you're meant to. Well, Rose is one that really sticks out, and I always love characters that were hybrids of two different races. Awesome. I'm glad you like me, my character, because Rose was made by me, so that's flattering. She's kind of based on me too, I guess. Except I'm not like a feral vampire or anything, but, you know, the parts of her personality are going to be a little bit like mine in some ways. Hi Dark Knight, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Look at those cute little cows. They're cows, aren't they? They're adorable. I love them. Kind of guessed it was based on you, yeah. And that's what you can do, guys, if you decide to make a character. You can base it on you as well, or you can like just be super creative and make it nothing like you've got options. Okay, so I'm going to save this as well, call it Ethel. Okay, so guys, let's close that for a second. We'll also hide this orc as well. It's a pig, not an orc. Right, so Photoshop. This is going to be the fun bit. I'm actually a little bit nervous because what if we put the snout on this and it looks horrendous? I have no clue how it's going to look, but that's what's exciting. Here we go. This is the fun bit. And the fun bit is the creators of the assets, well, most of them, you always have to check their terms and conditions, terms of use and stuff, but most of them I've found let you do whatever you want with their assets, which is great because it allows us to have more creative freedom as well. Because if they didn't allow you to do that in the terms of use, I wouldn't be able to, you know, use this pig snout here. I wouldn't be able to. So which one should we try first? I'm going to save all of them and bring them in. No telling about you being a vampire, Rose. You will kill a plan to take over. Yeah, I'm planning on taking over the world. Rose, she seems sweet, the character, but you know, she might be an actual antagonist, really ready to kill everybody when they least expect it. Maybe everybody's right about her. Who knows? She needs her plug fixed. I'm interested in theories. Like, you know what I'd find really awesome if, like, when I release episode 1, people have theories of the characters and write posts on Reddit about them, and then I'll read them and be like, yeah, that's a cool theory, I'm going to do that, that's where we're going to take the game. If one of them was a really good idea. But I never set anything in stone. We can't, because this is a very community based project, but you know, it's nice to collect the ideas and then put up some polls with all the ideas in them. That would be awesome. Okay. Did I save them all? I think I did. She does need blood for sure. It's hard being a vampire and needing that fix, but at the same time not wanting to hurt anybody. It's why Rose kind of says she'll only do it to evil people. She'll only have the blood of bad people. Did I not save the other pig? Oh, here it is. Could not complete your request because an unknown or invalid JPEG marker type is found. I don't know what that's all about. Let's save it again. That is, I've never experienced that when opening a file before. I'll save it as a PNG. Nah, I can't. I'll have to search Google for the image and hope I find another. No. Can I just copy and paste it? Maybe I can do it like that. There we go. Okay, so it's got a black background, which wouldn't be ideal, of course, if we wanted the asset, but we only want the snout, so we're good. Okay, so should we try this one first? We'll see. I'm prepared for some nightmare fuel, in all honesty. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get rid of that silly mouth or fold thing first, because it's very distracting. So I don't know what that bit is there. Can Rose bite? Are people to turn them as their backstory? Can Rose bite? Are people to turn them as their... Oh, hang on, I'm not sure what you mean. Have you got a typo in that sentence, Dark Knight? Okay, so what I am going to do is as well open the orc that looks like a pig, because we're going to need it to look like that. I forgot where I saved him though, so I'm going to have to save him again, I think. So can we have a vampire? Can it be made in their backstory, Rose bite them to turn them into a vampire? Oh, do you mean, sorry if I'm completely off track here, by the way, but I'm assuming you mean if Rose bites them, do they turn into a vampire themselves? Is that what you mean, Dark Knight? The vampire lore itself is very much out to still be decided. There's very little that's been 100% fleshed out yet, because I like to leave things as a mystery, mainly because this is a community game, and setting things in stone too early might be disappointing for some, but especially ones that only discover us much later on. So I like to keep things open so we can get super creative over time and flesh ideas out together over time, and also like talk about things when it's relevant in the story. And vampires haven't really been a proper thing. Yeah, I mean, we've met Rose and we know she's a vampire, but we haven't had the real opportunity to explore Rose's backstory yet, or why she was turned into a vampire or how. I mean, we kind of get an idea from her character sheet, but there's still a lot of questions there and a lot of mystery, and it's definitely going to be fun to confirm lore, because there'll be a time when we do. There'll be a stream in the future, whenever is the best point, to really have a good chat about vampires in this game and get some lore decided. And then I'll very likely make a lore video on that, just like I did for Carol the Barrel and the sentience of objects. I'm hoping to have like a complete library of lore eventually. I think that'd be super cool. But I don't like to get it all decided too fast. I like to, keep that mystery and that creative exploration of potential ideas open for you guys as well. So you never know, like you say, people could come up with some cool ideas over time, and I might think, oh yeah, that'll be really a good way to take it. I've got an itchy eye, something's in my eye, guys. I'm gonna have to look in my mirror in a sec. I think I've got an eyelash in my eye or something. Give me a minute. This is weird, but have you ever got that sometimes? You randomly had an eyelash in your eye? I'll just blink a few times and it might go away, because I can't actually see anything. Ooh, you are a trickle. Trickles are cute. I believe in you, Phoenix. So basically you're asking if she can bite people and change them. Yes. Yeah, so the answer, the short answer, because I've rambled on a lot, the short answer is we don't know at this point. So she might, but she might not. I guess that depends, because if we say yes at this point, we might regret that, because it could turn out to be a plot flaw based on people she bites. We might need them to stay human for story reasons. So if that's the case, we'll have to say no to that. But there might be the opportunity to explore that if we feel it'd be really cool and lead to something cool. Because at this stage, which you'll know more when we release the next story so far video, because it hasn't been discussed in the first story so far video, she has bitten a reptile that we will know from Carol's flashback. We won't know it was a reptile at the time, but we will find out later once she's done painting that it was a reptile that Rose bit. And of course, if you're not up to date on the story, you won't have a clue what I'm talking about right now, but things will come to light when we release the next story so far video, and all the plot points will tie in that have already been written. But yes, so that reptile that she bit, it might be impossible for him to be a vampire. We might need him to stay I was going to say human, but he's not a human because he's a reptile. But there's even the possibility, there's questions, there's can vampires, can they just be humans? Is it only humans that can be vampires? Maybe reptiles, canines and felines and neckos and fairies and elves and all the other races in the games can also be turned into vampires too. It might not just be limited to humans. And that sort of thing is really cool, and we could have some really interesting hybrid races, like vampire reptile, vampire fairy, and maybe Rose herself doesn't have the ability to turn people into vampires because she's too low on the scale. She'd probably be seen as a very weak level of vampire, Rose would, because she's very feral, and if anyone would do it, it would probably be a higher level vampire. And I'm gonna have to go and BRB, guys, I'm so sorry, but my eye really is being weird. I've got something in my eye, so excuse me, I'll be back very soon. Okay, I am back. I just took my glasses off and checked. I had a massive hair in my eyeball. It wasn't even an eyelash, it was a full-on hair. I don't know how it got there, but it's gone now. Hooray. Hi Zephyrus, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Hope you're having a good day, a good Friday. There are so many ideas you can go with for the changing of races once bitten, in all honesty. Yeah, it's super, it opens things up massively, and it could create so many potential ideas, and that's why I don't try to think about it all too much at once, because it's there's just so much to go with. But that's the challenge of making a game like this, or a story like this. A lot of writers, they map everything out from beginning, middle, end, don't they? They know what's going to happen from start to finish. But with Raindrop Chronicles, everything's a question mark. We write it as we go along, and there's always the you think, oh well, what if this ends up a big mess that makes no sense? That's obviously definitely a challenge to make sure it doesn't. And I guess we'll see. But it is important to make sure we keep that improvised sort of feel for a community project. I don't want to have to plan the end, you know. I like to keep that possibility of how it could all go open. It's fun and exciting that way. But yes, I'm excited. It will all make sense. Trust me. Okay, so let's copy and paste this guy. Okay, so it's going to help if we change his colour to pink, because it's very distracting seeing him be green, so... So we're going to have to do this a bit at a time, because going from green to pink can be a bit tricky, but he's a little bit more yellow, a little bit less green there. He's a yellow piggy now. Oh, he's getting a bit more pink now. He's getting more piggy than orc now. It's crazy how a colour change can just change things. Because he's a total pig now. There's no question about it. Something like that. I don't know if the colour is like 100%, but you know, that's fine for now. The good thing about this is, as well, it's the colour of a pig, but it could also be the colour of a human too, a human body. And that's good because it's a human man underneath this pig mask. So his body like blends in with the mask. I mean, we do need to check the character sheet to see how this guy looks underneath the mask as well, but we'll see. Okay, so let's see if we can change the colour of this nose first, because I don't know if this is going to be the nose we use, but one of the other snouts might be better. But we'll see. We'll explore a few snouts and pick the best one. Because the guy looking at the sprite, he don't have a huge nose or anything, but the sprites generally look a little bit like that anyway. Let's just chop it up a bit more. I don't know about the mouth. It might look better without the mouth. We'll see. I'll just chop that off. Okay, let's just see the other snouts first of all. We might need to make a bit of an edit because the ears, I think, need to be lower. Maybe we could make the cheeks a little bit more chubby as well, we'll see. Maybe keep that. Yes. Problem with enlarging things, it does distort stuff, but I think it will probably look better if it's... Now the other one we've got is this one, and this is quite a small nose, and he's got a mouth as well. I don't know if this one's gonna work because of the perspective of it being so different, but we'll see. Okay, I'm just changing the colour because when it's green like this, it's very, it's hard to judge. So, I'm going to just make it a bit more pink and we'll see. Okay, so now this is the hard bit. I mean, we're having to create an actual asset here because we we don't have an actual pig that fits as the description we're going for. So let's see what we can do. Expect some really nightmare fuely weird stuff going on until we're happy with this. Honestly though, I wasn't sure about this particular nose and mouth at first because I thought it's not going to work, but looking at it, I think it could work. I might be wrong, but it actually has a mouth. So the others didn't, and there was something weird about them not having mouths, I think. I don't know, it's weird because the Sprite doesn't have a mouth like this, but it, you know, you're allowed to have more detail in the face set the avatar than the Sprite. So it looks kind of angled, but we'll see. But I don't want to like put my eggs all in one basket. I want to at least still explore the other snouts. So that one don't look right since it's been enlarged because it's all pixelated. And bring this one back a sec. Yeah, this, I think this one looks weird because it's such a slim pig nose, and this guy's a chubby one. He has chubby cheeks. So I think he'll look cute. He looks a little bit brown at the moment. Well, I want him to be a bit more pink, but we'll see. Should we try moving the ears down as well? Because I'm getting cat vibes at the moment, so we'll see. Because they're definitely a little bit lower on this guy. Why is it like distorting it when I'm rotating it? I've got it in the wrong setting. Got it on nearest neighbour. Let's change it to that one. Yeah, I rotated it a little bit messily. Let's do it better. I think that could work if I do it a bit more carefully. But yeah, guys, it's we're over an hour into stream, and I'm gonna just say I don't want to spend all stream doing the pig, because I could easily do that. I mean, this is the hardest one out of all the characters that we've got at the moment, because of how unique it is. So for that reason, it's going to take the longest. So I'm not going to spend all stream doing it. I'm going to move on to Binary Ferret's character, and I'll be finishing all the tidying up off stream. But I want it, at least before we move on to Binary's character, I do want to at least be at a point where I'm like, yeah, this could work with the pig. I want to at least know I'm going in the right direction. Because at the moment I'm still experimenting. I'm thinking, So we'll see. I'm going to do a little bit more. We'll see how it goes, where the next 10-15 minutes take us, and then we'll make our mind up. So I'm just rotating those ears just a little bit, because I think it'll be a bit better for him, and it matches the Sprite a bit more. So really the goal is to get this head to look reasonably close to what we've got here. And he's a little bit brown, his mouth area at the moment. I want to recolour that so it's more pink. But I kind of wanted to see how it looked, if it could fit. But yeah, originally the ears were like this. And now they're like that. And they might still need a bit more of an edit, but I think they're a slight improvement. So we gotta fill in the head behind the ears. What a dirty mouth pig, I know, right? He does look a bit he's an antagonist though, this pig, so he's part of he loves inflicting pain. He's not a nice pig, eh? But I'm with my villains, I love shades of grey, so you never know. There could be more to him than meets the eye. And yes, he is Neffle's character, but we can still have the option to take him where we want as well. So I've just filled in the head bit. It's not 100% perfect. I think that ear there needs to be a little bit lower and a little bit further to the right, maybe. It's not 100% perfect, but we'll get that. Also, let's there we go. So he's still looking a little bit on the human side, but we can do this. So should we just see if we can make this a bit pink? I mean, I was thinking of editing the top of the head a little bit, but he does have a very smooth, this pig has a very smooth head, so he might not need a massive edit, but I think in all honesty his cheeks may be a bit chubbier. Make sure his nose and face blend in well and that the ears look okay. But I do think we could be on the right track. It's just going to take a bit of time. Let's there you go, we're getting there. There we go. So that's minus 50. Minus 5. So a little bit more pink now. Let's change that as well. Okay, so as you can see, we're in the process of building this pig head, and I'm really excited to get this one done. I'm fond of this one. I have a bit of an attachment to him already because pigs are everything. But yes, what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to get this saved, and I will be working on him off stream as well as the other guys because there's a few edits to do to... Let's get our Trello page back up again. Yeah, so I made a note exactly here what needs to be done. All these guys here will be getting a DM from me when they are done. And it won't be until they says, yeah, I'm happy with this, that I start their character sheet. So the guys that over the weekend say, yeah, they like how it looks, they'll be the first ones that I do the character sheet of come Monday's stream. So let's update Neffles now and just say what we've done here. Moon Shadow, how are you doing, Moon? I'm so glad to see you. Hope your Friday is treating you okay. So Neffle, Sprite and okay, so Sprite. Mostly done, working in process. face in progress. Here we go. So we got 3 more. I want to make this stream dedicated to finishing all of them. I don't want to just do the Neville's pig face today. I want to do binaries, legmogs and oracles as well. So we still have a couple of hour streams left to look at those, guys. And I'll be really happy if we have got a visual look set for all of these 11 characters by the end of stream. And that will allow me the weekend to get those edited and sent off to everyone. And I'm really excited for next week to be about the character sheets, because that's going to be really easy for me. If all next week we're working on getting those character sheets done. It's a super easy job, and but a job that needs to be done, and it'll allow me time off stream to really get the stuff done on this May to-do list and start planning some of this, because there's a lot to do. So doing all right today, got some decent sleep, so yay. Been lurking when I tried to wake up, yay. How many hours of sleep did you get, Moon? Because you're a night owl like me, aren't you? You're from Europe. I believe you're an hour in front of me. So, and I see you up in that early hours when I'm awake. And oh my gosh, it's even earlier for Moon. Does Moon sleep? I hope Moon's okay. An hour ahead of you, yeah. So how many hours of sleep do you get? Because I go up late, as you know. But I tend to not get up till the afternoon. It is bad. It is bad. But it's kind of what's good for me, because I'm very productive at night. I like being awake at night. I get more done than I do in the day. I don't know. I think it's the silence, because obviously everyone's out and about in the house in the day, and you're more likely to get interruptions. And I love that uninterrupted silence of night time. And of course, because of that, it makes me realise I'm awake way later than I should be, and I'm like, oh. But yes, I would love to be more of a morning person if I could, and get up a bit earlier. But I'm definitely getting my 6 to 8 hours sleep every night, that's for sure, even though I go to bed late. I'm not going to punish myself for like having an odd sleeping schedule, because right now it's not like I have a 9 to 5 or anything. Obviously, if I did, things would have to change. But right now this works. Thank you for 13 bits. I appreciate that, Zephyrus. Lucky 13. Now, 13 is a lucky number. People are wrong when they say that that's an unlucky number. It's misunderstood. Zero, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the stream, Zero. How are you doing? I fell asleep around 7 to 8 this morning. Woke up about 30 minutes ago, yeah? Well, that is fine, Moon. I'm just glad you're getting your sleep. Because if you got up too early, then I'd be like, oh my goodness, you must be tired. I love the night. It's so quiet and peaceful. It is. That's why you got Moon as your name, because you're a night owl. You like the moon. Unlucky 13 seems lucky to me. Okay, so I'm going to get Neffle's pig saved. So we were in... Guys who have just walked in, brace yourselves, because you're going to see some nightmare fuel on the screen. Yeah, it is currently nightmare fuel, but we are gonna... I want it to have my goal is to make this pig have a charm to him. Like, he's clearly an antagonist, and the pig mask is a little bit intimidating. You know, it's an intimidating pig mask. But I want it to like have a sort of endearing weird charm to it too. So, as I said, this mask will probably take at least another hour to get to a stage where it looks decent. So I've got to kind of blend in the nose with the skin, make sure it looks decent. So I'll be doing the rest off stream over the weekend, and I'd say by Monday I'll get it done, because my goal is to get all the faces and sprites done for the characters. So I'm going to say this is a PSD. So I don't want to flatten it just yet. because I've got a lot of layers. It's me. Well, it is cute. I think it is. I mean, this guy, this sprite here, it looks like a full-on pig. I mean, it actually is an orc, believe it or not. It was originally an orc, but we changed it from green to pink, and now it looks like a pig. So it is actually a human wearing a pig mask. So this is a human body, and it's just a dude wearing a pig mask, and he's going to have some clothes on. He's not going to be naked. I'm excited to see what he looks like. It was an opportunity to be pretty creative, that one. Also, we'll get rid of these farm pigs. We stole their little noses, their snouts, because we needed them for the asset. But he can go for now. So, who is next on the list? Let's have a look. So to remind chat, if you are curious what we are doing and what this is all about, these are our community characters. This is a list of anybody in our Twitch community who has reached 500 raindrops in stream. And once you have reached 500 raindrops in stream, you get the option to be a character in the game. And if you do check out our website, raindroprpg.com, in the corner, as you can see, it will explain all that, and you'll get to see the forms. And now is your last chance to look at those forms, because they will be getting removed in the next website update, and they will be put on a secret link. I'm going to have to hide them, guys, because people keep filling them in. People I've never heard of in my life are filling them in, who've never been in stream. So I'm very flattered that people are enjoying filling the forms in so much, but it is going to waste, unfortunately, because you do have to be a member of our Twitch community and have 500 raindrops. So these 11 people here have been waiting months, some of them, for me to do their character sheets. So once they are done, once we've done them, they'll have a character sheet that looks exactly like this. This is mine. This is Rose Rainblood character sheet, and we'll fill it all in, have the same template, and it will get posted on the Twitter. Here's another one, Rex, and you'll get to walk across here as well. On stream avatars, we'll get you guys put into the stream avatars once we've done you as well. So I'm really excited about that, because that means we'll get more of you walking across the screen. I don't think I'm in it. Gasp. Yes, so if you do have 500 raindrops, that goes for Moon or anybody here. If you have hit the 500, or even if you're close, you're not quite there yet, you'll get there eventually. That means you totally can have a character in this game, guys. You are allowed to insert yourself or your own imaginary fantasy version of yourself into the game. And they'll be put up on the website as well, and as a future potential character, because a lot of these guys are not going to come into the game probably until a later episode. It'll all be when it's relevant. But I am very keen on introducing at least 2 of our community characters in the next main quest in the game. I think that'd be pretty cool. We'll see. Or maybe the main quest after that, we'll see. Over 100, Saphira's not bad at all. I don't think I have 500, but I'm a check. Have no idea, to be honest. Well, you might be surprised, because I remember Glacian being like, he was like, I haven't got 500, and he had like over 1,000. So sometimes you might surprise yourself. Oh, you are pretty close, man. Soon. But yeah, it is 500 raindrops at the moment, so I'm just going to sign it. Or it also says this on the website, because I have a disclaimer up on there, so people are aware that it might go up in the future. There's a chance I might put it up to 1,000 raindrops if, say, this community gets larger, then I would. Because I wouldn't be able to keep up with the characters otherwise, but right now that it's fine as it is. There's no, I haven't like grown significantly or anything, so we're all good. That is only just like say in case like we do become a slightly bigger community than we are. But right now, don't worry, it's not changing anytime soon. If there's a lemon in the game, I'll pretend it's me. Well, there is lemon. Lemons, where is Lemon? Where is our good old Lemon? I miss him already. We saw him the other week when we was doing the cutscene. Okay, guys, so enough of my rambles. Let's go back to doing the next characters. So it's Binary Ferret now. Righty-ho, Binary Ferret. So Binary Ferret is a minor NPC. So let's look at Binary's form again and refresh ourselves. His name is Jack. He's a boy. He's a doggo. I like it. He's a merchant. He's a joyful, optimistic, and honest merchant. And he wants to please others and often reduces his costs to do that. How sweet. What a sweet doggo. Very standard dog personality. So his biggest fear is not being liked. I really like it. And he doesn't get on with the feline race. So watch out, Azrael. Because Azrael is a feline. So we're going to make him now. We've got his appearance down there. I find it really interesting. And this totally wasn't coincidence. But I find it really interesting how Binary's doggo merchant character parallels Juice's merchant character. They really parallel each other well because they're both merchants, beast race merchants. Juice is a reptile and Binary's a dog. But the difference is within their personalities. Juice is deceitful and likes to trick people, whereas Binary is eager to please his customers. So you've got like the difference. And I don't want to say this because it's a stereotype, but the reptiles probably do have a reputation for being sly and deceitful, and the dogs are probably seen as the much more friendly and loyal race. It is stereotypical, but it's funny that we've got characters that symbolise those traits. Both have the same job as well. And that was pure coincidence, and it's something I noticed, and it's pretty cool. So I like it. Battle Sandwich! Life has been life and such, but actually had the chance to visit. Well, it's wonderful to see you. I've been thinking of you as I think of everybody and wonder how they've been doing. And yes, life for sure happens, but I hope it's all okay and nothing too stressful. But you've got us. We're here for you. We've got the shelter channel in the Discord if you ever need to get anything off your chest as well. So that goes for anybody. Stereotypes are a useful tool as a story building thing, like people's views of other people within the world you're making. Exactly. And the stereotypes are going to exist. Me as the writer, I want to challenge those stereotypes, and you guys as well all want to challenge them because you're the writers too. But the perceived view that people in this world, especially very narrow-minded people, maybe like the humans who are the more superior race, or even the elves, might view these beast races as stereotypes, like, oh, all reptiles are sly and devious, and all dogs are too eager to please. Like, they might have this stereotype based on, the xenophobia and racism that happens, it's a thing. But it'd be really cool to challenge those stereotypes. But I really like how we happen to have two merchant characters who are one of those races, a reptile and a canine, a dog, that perfectly fit the standard stereotype for what that race is. They definitely parallel each other. So let's make him now. We've read his profile. So I like to just skim read the profile because having an idea of what their personality can help you get the look of the character a bit better. Like, you make sure then you give him friendly eyes and not evil eyes, for example. So let's get our character generator up. So we got 3 more characters left, guys, on our list to do. And yes, a lot of them still need editing and tidying up, but it's going well. I didn't expect this week to get anywhere close to getting them all done, but at the same time we haven't done the character sheets for any of them yet, so that has saved some time. Also, heart, yay! I'm gonna put a happy Rose Ryloth in chat because I'm happy because of you guys. Right, so doggo, he's a boy. Let's get a doggo then. So this, need to get rid of the hair. Get rid of the eyebrows because it looks very weird seeing a human nose and mouth and eyebrows on this doggo. Okay, so let's take his clothes off. And it's when making beast races, the generator, funnily enough, doesn't have fur, body fur. So he's a human. It looks like he's wearing a dog mask, but what we have to do is manually do the fur. We have to manually put the fur on in Photoshop because we do actually have the fur asset. It's right there, but for some reason it doesn't work in the generator. It's no biggie. It's no biggie at all. Firearm, how are you doing? Thank you so much for that host, by the way. How are things? It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi and dropping that host. Okay, so let's do the doggo's face. Also, we must not forget, we need to put the doggo there as well. And he'll have a tail, I'm sure. Where's our doggo tail? Right, so I don't think he's a beige doggo. I think he's black. Yeah, he's black, so he has brown eyes and black fur. And there is a reference image here to go by, and it's the perfect reference image. That I love it. Okay, so right, let's give him black fur. There we go. Yeah, he's still got human skin, but no worries, guys, he won't have human skin when he's finally done. Sometimes a generator, it isn't perfect. It's really good for getting the character quickly, getting his features sorted quickly. But sometimes there's things you can't do in the generator that have to be put in afterwards in Photoshop. Eyes, okay. Brown eyes. What he has. So he's a dog. He has the typical dog personality. This one does. So I'd say he's gonna have friendly eyes, not sly eyes. So let's see what nice, lovable, sweet eyes we have. And also, he's a boy, not a girl, so we won't give him ones with eyelashes or makeup on, unless, of course, he liked dressing that way, then that would be totally fine. They sort of look like friendly eyes, those other ones. Some of them look super sly, and I want to be careful not to give him ones like that. Okay, so I think we do need to give him some kind of brow because the doggo does have brows, the one on our character sheet. Plus he definitely looks better with a brow. We need nice friendly brows though, not mad brows. They're nice friendly ones. Okay, so I think we're kind of there with his actual appearance now, but we've got to do his clothes. Now this is the first doggo character we've got in the game, so White Watts as well is a canine, but he did that one himself. I want to see what his looks like actually, because I'm curious. Let me just have a check. I think I might have to download something. Give me a sec, guys. I don't think it'll affect the stream or anything, so we're good. Okay, so White Watts is a little bit different though, because his is kind of, his character arc's kind of like he's a human werewolf, he's a werewolf sort of thing, so he's a bit human as well. I wanted to like just check his, because I wanted to remind myself what he looked like. Just give me a sec, guys. Hi Met, how are you doing? Good to see you. Nearly 200 raindrops. Okay, so here we are again. Yeah, I think those eyes are fine. Right, so what clothes have we got? Now, he's a merchant. What is Juice's merchant wearing? I'm gonna mind myself. I think he was just, yeah, wearing like rags or something. Not anything super expensive, but it doesn't mean we have to do the same for, pardon me. I hiccuped. I mean, the doggo here in this reference image is wearing a full-on tuxedo or something and a hat. Like, I wouldn't be against putting them clothes on him if we could get something like that. What have we got? Any dapper outfits? Let's look. Because I think some should exist. Can you imagine there not being any? I mean, that's a dapper outfit. There's a tie there, but it's not showing the tie for some reason on the avatar. So I might want to see if there actually is a tie online that we can add to the avatar. I'm just curious what these look like on him. Sometimes it's you might have to make edits when it comes to headgear for the beast races because it can look very awkward on them. It worked on Rex's though quite well. Okay, so I like the outfit, but I'm not a fan of how it doesn't show the tie and suit in the face. So I'm pretty confident though there'll be assets like that on Google. Just gonna have a quick browse. Yeah, as you can see, just looking at this face set here, there are suits. So we just have to stick that underneath the wolf. And we're sorted. I mean, I don't know if there's an actual tuxedo, like a bow instead of a tie. That would be pretty cool if there was, because then I'm literally doing what Binary Ferret's doggo in this picture is wearing. And I think that'd be funny. I will have a little look, because you never know. There could be a suit that actually has a bow instead of a suit with a tie, but the suit with the tie is the next best thing if there's not one with a bow. Can we change that tie to a black one? Okay, so I'm going to save this one for now. Like I say, I want to look to see what other clothes there are to just broaden our options, but I think the visual look of him's all right. So he's saved now. If I open the generator and open him, he should be there. There we go. He's there. So I'm going to update the Trello page. For binaries. Face and Sprite mostly just need to see close options. Find more close options. Okay. Leg mark. Now, leg marks is one of the more recent ones, and I don't believe that was filled in on a Google form. That one is sent to me in my inbox, so I'm going to hide the internet while I look in my inbox, because you don't want to see me in my mail. That's private. Okay, so leg mark, poppy paper cut, female, human, an antagonist, a band of outcasts or a weird cult is most likely the faction they'd be part of. The goal is to cause confusion and mayhem. She's excited, optimistic, deceitful, spontaneous, reckless, narrow-minded, talkative and rebellious. And her biggest flaw has to disguise herself as Rose to feel strong, empowered, brave and tenacious. Outside this disguise, Poppy is very shy, vulnerable and unsure of herself. Having her true identity as just a poor, destitute nobody be revealed. Poppy is pretending to be Rose. Okay, so this character is cool. She is an antagonist, but an antagonist who is actually doubtful and unsure of themselves. That's quite an interesting antagonist, and I really like how she fits into Rose's arc. She's a part of Rose's arc, and exploring the opportunities we could take with that are really interesting. Who knows, she might be more involved in Rose's past than we realise, or maybe not. Maybe she's just somebody who's causing trouble in the present for Rose, or the future should we say, because we haven't met her in the game yet. But I like her a lot and I'm excited to make her. So let's get female up. Nungi, how are you doing? It's good to see you. How are you doing today? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing good and having a good day. So I'm going to take everything off. Right. So her complexion is pallid. Which is a good one, because she matches Rose's complexion that way. Let's make sure we get the one that does match Rose's complexion. Now let's double check. So I can't work out whether that is Rose's complexion or whether, I think it is actually. It's definitely not that one, that's too white. And I'm going to just go on the website to remind myself of the options on the form, the other options. I'm okay, it's almost 2 AM, just catching some streams before bed. Awesome, well thank you for stopping by, I appreciate it. Also guys, I want to share my new YouTube video with you chat, because I didn't actually announce it on Discord. I did on Twitter, but I didn't put it up on the Discord. And I want you to do me a favour guys, give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up, because there's someone out there that doesn't like me very much and they keep downvoting my stuff, and they've downvoted this as well, so I'll super appreciate it. So here it is. How can anyone downvote anything related to Twinsy on, especially when I'm trying to put a content that is actually, you know, kind to people and relatable, right? But I know who it is anyway, because I don't really have many enemies. Not to brag or anything, but I don't, because I generally don't like conflict or making enemies. But I have a good theory anyway, so It's always that same one down that just pops up now and again. People being negative for no reason are giant bummers, yeah. And sometimes there is a reason, like they assaulted me because I didn't want to be in a relationship with them. Simple as that. It's like, stop trying to date streamers. They don't want to. It's as simple as that. Thank you for the kind words, Mean Shadow. But I appreciate it. There has been a lot of people that gave it a thumbs up, and I super appreciate that. It means a lot. Those people will get rid of the bad. The good outweigh the bad, that's for sure. Okay, so looking at this form. So we had the complexion choices: pallid, fair, flushed, medium, tanned and dark. Okay, cool. So this is the best complexion to go for. That's the pallid one, that's the fair one, that's the medium, that's the tanned, and that's, well, either of those are the dark. Probably that one is the dark. And this one is the same complexion as Rose. I'm really glad she's actually the same complexion as Rose. It makes them like doppelgangers. That's kind of a story we're going here. Well, sort of. She's going to have her own identity, but she's still obsessed with Rose and wants to be like her. Hey, Rose. Hi, evening. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Has anyone got any interesting or exciting plans for the weekend? Okay, so the rest of the form. Black hair. Oh my goodness. Mid-length. Poppy tries her best to look like Rose, but is a rather shabby emulation of the real thing. All right. So let's get Rose's character sheet up at the side because we want to say. So there is a difference. She's got green eyes instead of blue. She also has mid-length hair instead of long hair. Rosie's hair is more dark brown than black, but let's see the options. Because we could always give her the dark brown instead of black if we feel it suits, but not necessarily. Okay, so let's look at the mid-length hair options we've got available. So that is Rose's actual hair colour. So we'll go with that. We'll just see how that one looks. It's pretty close to black. But it's chucked a thumbs up and a sub. Thank you so much, Nungi. I appreciate that. That's super kind of you. And well, everything that goes on my YouTube, folks, it's mostly related to Raindrop Chronicles. I upload the VODs of the streams, story so far videos, sneak peeks, lore discussions, all that. But I am probably gonna do more of the talking videos as well, because I think that they're very important, like when you have a community, because your community can get to know you better, and there's a lot that, you know, sometimes you want to say that you can't always express in tweets as well, and sometimes I don't always think that the written word is the best way to express yourself. Sometimes I think tone of voice can go a long way, so I quite like talking like that and doing it that way. I had fun making a video. Happy Fridays. Probably staying in playing games when it rains outside. Oh, is it raining? Yeah, it was raining here too, but I've heard it's going to get sunny again. I don't want it to though. I like it when it's cold and wet, because it makes me feel cozier inside then. Send some rain over here, please. Yay. And also, I'm not a fan of the warm weather in the spring. I don't mind it in the summer, but I'm not a fan of it in the spring because I get really bad hay fever and it can just make you feel really for the whole day. So there's a reason I've got the word rain in my name and why my game's called Raindrop, because maybe I like the rain. But thank you for those of you that did give me a thumbs up, and for subbing too. I appreciate you. Okay, rain and thunder, that's my kind of weather. Thunder, you like the thunder? I get scared of thunder. Sounds like a grumbly person's stomach. My city has the wettest start to the year on record. After all those bushfires, it's a nice turnaround. Oh yeah, that's really nice. I'm really glad that it's wet and stuff after that horrendous time. It was awful. The Australia can certainly get a bit hot, can't it? Hi Husky, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for stopping by. So guys, we're making, this is our second to last character now on that we have to do. Her name is Poppy Papercut and she is obsessed with Rose, my character, and she wants to copy her. She wants to be like her. So let's look at the bangs available we have. I'm inclined to give her the same bangs that Rose has got because she would purposely style her hair so she looks like Rose. Almost so it's very creepy when Rose encounters her because it's kind of like looking in a mirror. So that is the bangs that I have. Okay. Eyes. So she has green eyes. Oh gosh, they're creepy. They're actually eyes that Rose has, but I think I want to give her, I don't know if I might want to give her slightly different eyes. I don't know, we'll see. I think maybe it's better to give her the same. It's just more creepy then. I'm going to reread the character sheet. She began pretending to be Rose, trying her best to emulate her clothing style and mannerisms. Yeah, so she has to kind of look enough like her for people to confuse Rose with her. Because otherwise, if she doesn't, then it wouldn't be believable. But obviously, she's not a vampire. She is she looks cute with the freckles. But Rose doesn't have freckles, so I don't know if we should give her them. You love cold and rain, eh? Especially when you've got like a big fluffy onesie or blanket like this. And it's lovely when it's cold. I am well, glad to hear it. Okay. Now, is there anything else? Mid-length hair. I think it's just clothes now. I want to see the noses and mouths as well though. But I want to see all the rear hair, what looks good with the bangs most. So I think that one's Rose's nose. Yep. Let's look at the mouths. So Rose is a vampire mouth. So that is going to be a difference. Are you making a game? I am indeed, Husky. Feel free to have a peek at our website if you'd like. We've got the bots edit there. If you like to, of course. And if you've got any questions at all, feel free to ask. Yeah, I actually think I prefer that medium cut because it's closer to Rose's style. The only difference is it's shorter. But that one's a little bit, you know, not really similar. But Rosie's hair, like you could imagine if she had it cut, would be the same as that. And wow, her Sprite looks just like Rose's, except with short hair. She is Rose's double. Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by, Husky. So it's good to meet new peoples. Close then now. So she's not going to have the scar on the face like Rose. I mean, if she got really obsessed, she would purposely give herself a scar, probably. How bad would that be? So what clothes is Rose wearing? She's actually wearing this particular outfit. And Legmog does say on his character bio, trying her best to emulate her clothing style and mannerisms. So shall we go all out and give her like literally the same outfit as Rose? Or should we'll at least recolour it, because she might look like we might not be able to tell the difference at all. So what is Rose's? Rose's is black and red turtleneck thing and black actual jacket. So and she has white strips. Yeah, that is Rose's. So let's just change the red bit. I think green would be a good one, I guess. Matches her eyes nicely. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Well, she's not. She's scary and creepy and evil. But she's cool. Interesting. So, is there anything that we have missed that's important about this character? Nope, I think everything there is fine. Also, Miu Dato and Phoenix, thank you for joining the Discord, guys. I'm gonna just say hi to you all because I got to. Appreciate you joining. If you want to be up to date on the stream, want to get announcements, then Discord's the place to be, because if there is ever a time when I have to cancel stream for an unfortunate reason, or if I'm running late, which I usually do, if there's ever anything important to say, it always goes on here. And it's, you know, you can chat with us in between streams too. And also get involved in Raindrop Chronicles stuff as well. Huzzah! Okay. Back to our character. Your website's back now. Thank you. That's a very nice thing to say. I appreciate that. And yeah, that's the first version of our website. It's a very recent launch. We only launched it earlier this year. And there's going to be another update in May or June. The plan. I will get all these new characters that we're doing now put up on the character section, because there's 11 new ones, plus the fruit characters and all the new other NPCs, non-community characters that have entered the story. They'll have to go on there too, like the fruits. And I'm not sure if the FAQ page will be put up on in the next update, but I'd really like it to be, because I think that will really help answer some of the more common questions that people often ask in stream. Okay, so she is done. Let's get this saved. So that one, Legmog's Poppy, she was probably one of the more straightforward ones to design, because we were literally just emulating Rose's design for that one. There wasn't really many difficult decisions to make with that one, but she looks cool. I did give her some freckles in the end because I think they suit her. Okay, so back to our Trello page. Okay, so I'm very glad I've decided to just write what needs doing, because it's so easy to forget where you are with a character when you've done so many of them. Oh, this song. Oh, what song is it? Oh no, it's the one that makes me cry. When I went to Distant Worlds a few years back, when that one they did that one and that was performed, I got a bit teary because it's such an emotional one. It is one of my favourites, but it just the sad feels. I hope that no one's crying here over this song. I want you guys to be happy, not sad. I'd be crying if I was listening. But if anyone does want to look at our Trello, because this is what we're on now, if you want to have a proper look at what we've got written here and how we plan the project, then feel free to look. A lot of people have said that it's helped inspire them to get organised with their projects. Well, not a lot, but a few people, such as Master Emerald, which I'm very flattered about. So if it helps anyone else here who does stuff, anything at all, then that's awesome. So face and sprite done. Yeah, that's done. So oracles now. We did get to do oracles today after all, because I wasn't sure if we would. I was like, oh, will Neffle's pig take some time? I wasn't sure. But that's why I decided not to spend all stream doing the pig. Because I wanted to like get all of them done today and spend off stream this week and doing the finalising. So let's oracles is actually on the Google Forms, I believe. So let's have a look. Yeah, oracles is the last one here. So, not surprisingly, Oracle is an oracle called the Oracle. I like how there's a character with the in front of their name. It's very mysterious, and you have a strong presence when you've got the in front of your name. I wish I was called the Rose. Like, I'd be so much more respected. The rose is over there, everybody. Oh my goodness. So elf, let's remind ourselves. An ally. So we've had a lot of antagonists lately, but we've got an ally now, which is awesome. I gotta love the bad guys though. The rose, the rain, the blood. Oh my goodness, Cat 5. That is the perfect name. Like, it is very long, but it has like such a strength to it. But to be honest, Rose Rainblood does anyway. How you doing, Cat? Okay, so let's get on with the appearance. I was just reading the profile to just remind myself of the character and their like sort of personality. So male elf. First thing is obviously give him the ears, because I've done it before, not gonna lie. I've forgotten to give a Neko cat ears. Like a silly Billy. Also, I probably will ask Oracle as well whether he wants those sort of ears, half elf ears. Because he kind of did mention that the Oracle is a half-elf, and I'll just make it clear that half-elf isn't an actual race in the game. So we're not overpopulated with half-elves. If there are half-elves in the game, they are like the minority, like in this world. And Oracle will probably be like the only half-elf, or maybe there's another couple out there, but they're not considered a race because they're in the minority, similar to how Legion is, because Legion's actually a demon, but is you know, that it's not like demons are a race, they're just very rare. I'm here to see my favourite barrels. Your favourite barrels, yay! Who's your most of the favouriteest out the barrels? That sentence didn't make sense. Who is your favouriteest? Yeah, that is not a word, I'm very well aware of that, but I wish it was, because it's fun. I need to put up a poll up. I need to put a poll up one day where you can all vote on your favourite container character. I want to see who wins. I want to see who is the most loved. And whoever's bottom, whoever gets the least votes, I'll work extra hard to make that character incredible so that they can be better. So I'm going to give him like half Alpheas for now, but I don't know, maybe I should give him normal Alpheas. I'll probably save 2 versions and send Oracle over him with half Alpheas and ones with normal Alpheas and see what they prefer. The good looking one, Kappa, aren't they all good looking? They're all gorgeous, aren't they? They're all absolutely gorgeous. Chub Cheeks, who comes here and hangs out with us, he has a crush on Woody, the cardboard box. He says he's really handsome. Hi Legmark. Well, it's Indiana Rose and the Raiders of the Lost, Legmark. It's good to see you, Legmark. We've just finished Poppy Papercut, actually. We've just finalised her. She looks a lot like Rose. She's just got shorter hair and the green eyes. And we gave her a green top as well. But, you know, she's so similar to Rose. It's actually scary and I love it. And I want to show you her as well. We're on Oracle's character now, so it's call you back, Oracle. I wanted to ask you a question, actually, because I remember you saying that the Oracle is a half-elf. He says you sort of imagined him as that, and we do have the option to have half-elf ears, because our elf ears are like that. Our human ears are like that, and there are, like, pointy, like, halfway, sort of, between human. And I was like, wanted to make it clear as well that half-elves aren't an actual race in the game. Like, for example, the reason the Oracle would be a half-elf is like he's one in a billion. Like, he's just a rarity of being a half-elf, you know, like, it's not like they're scattered all over the world. People like this, he'd probably be the only character. Maybe there'd be a couple of others, but not many at all, that would have ears like this. Because I think it's. I like to keep to how it is, and those guys that are on the character form here, let's get them up. These 8 races are considered, you know, the 8 races of the world, and yes, but it doesn't matter if, like, your character is I feel like, yeah, it would suit your character to have that special something that makes him different to other elves and humans, I suppose. But yeah, it's up to you. I wanted to give you the choice. I was going to send you how he looked with Alpheas and half Alpheas to see what you preferred. But if you want to go for half elf, just let me know and we'll make sure he has those ears instead. I just followed you. Thank you, Husky. Yay, thank you. I appreciate that. I see you now. Thank you very much for that follow. Woody's got the smile to steal your heart. So you agree, Cat 5, Woody is an actual, what's the word? What do they call them? A dreamboat. That's it. Woody's a dreamboat. I'll be going back and looking at this VOD. Yeah, for sure, Legmog. Look, take a look back at the VOD and you'll see the process of how she was created. But just to remind you all, let's go on the Trello. So these are all our character sheets to do, and the purpose of this week was to get all of them done, all of them visually, get their sprite and face done. The character sheet will be next week's task. So once we finished Oracle, it'll be about editing. We'll start again from the top. We'll do Fantasia, and we'll make sure Fantasia's sprite is done and the recolouring, and then I'll DM Fantasia, make sure Fantasia's happy, and then that will be done, and then we'll do all the others. And next week, Monday, we'll be able to begin Fantasia's character sheet and get them all done over the course of the week. That'll be the goal. Go Poppy, she's alive. I know that name. Oh, you two know each other. Who's getting that Galani second row and second column? Second column here, where? Oh, this one? Yeah, nobody has this ear yet. See? As you can see, guys, there are other ear types you can have in the game. And we got human, elf, reptile, and fairy, and those are really the only confirmed race ears we're using in the game. And yes, there's those ears too, and we actually use those for Neville's pig mask, so they really came in handy. As you can see, we're going to, if Oracle wants those ears, yeah, seems that Oracle does, then we're going to give those ears to Oracle. And really it's because Oracle wants them, so that's also a reason, but it also genuinely fits the character because they are special and, you know, they're unlike others, so it kind of makes sense to make him a bit different, for sure. But who knows, like there could be a character who, if you guys ever fill in a character form and you think, well, they're an elf, but an elf that's been really like deformed over time, or like really tortured, or something really messed up has happened to them to make their ears really, or maybe that something happened, something else, I don't even know. I'm curious what these ears are all about, in all honesty. But there could be an interesting character there that we make use of that. But they definitely look a bit elvish. You know, it's an elf. It's like that, the elf is, but, you know, something's gone wrong somewhere with them. But interesting. And I don't know what they are, but we're not using those for anybody. I guess could be some kind of orc or creature, who knows. I've got so much Poppy hype right now, I'll have to go out for a 20-minute jog. I really like her. I think the whole doppelganger like theme and storyline is quite fascinating, and the fact she's an antagonist and a little bit crazy and creepy as a character is quite fascinating. I think we could have a really good story with her. I have returned to not be interrupted by leg. Zayas, how are you doing? Zayas. I'm glad. I hope there's no lag. I've got my fingers crossed that there's no lag for you. It's good to see you. Who knows indeed? I know, who knows? That's what makes this fun. Who knows? We will never know until we put up a poll and see what tops the votes about these characters' story arcs over time. Okay, so let's look at Oracle's form again, because I've got a ton of tabs open, guys, so it's taking me ages to find. Okay, there we go. So this character has a fair complexion, not pallid, but fair. So that is that one. Also, let's strip him off, because it can get a bit distracting when you see him in clothes that he's not going to wear and hair that he's not going to have. So let's take that off. The next thing is black hair. Black hair, awesome. So let's give that black. Do you want really, really obvious black hair, or do you want it to be slightly more towards the grey? Because we can totally go for full on black there. Black hair, violet eyes, awesome. Because there's a ton of black shades here, but that is the darkest black we've got. So yay. A little grey. Oh, you want it a bit more grey? Awesome. So we've got that, which is a little bit lighter, and then we start going like to full on grey. So if you want it to be the little, I suppose that would be, it's going a little bit grey. So let me know what you think. Staying alive, yay! Huzzah. Okay, so medium length hair. So let's look through the mediums. Well, we won't do the bangs yet. We'll look at bangs in a sec. But I'm going to go through. I'm going to click some medium hair lengths. And if there's any in particular that grab you and you're like, oh, that's it, let me know, Oracle. Because there's a bunch of different ones. I mean, that's like a super dapper look that's happening there, but then you get more spiky and so it's honestly the sort of look you're after. Is he going to be a dapper gentleman or is he going to be a bit edgy? Violet eyes. Oh yeah, you remember all this? This is really impressive that you actually remember. So we got some violet eyes here. We have a lot of choice with eyes, honestly. Like, it's limitless. If I ever click and you're like attached to some eyes over others, then just tell me the row, whether it was in the middle and what number. Because there's just so many, and I've clicked the violet one, but we can always brighten them up a bit in Photoshop. Oh, sorry, I've just realised you wanted these, didn't you? Just confirm with me if you did, because I want to make sure I remember you being attached to the, well, your reference image had all over colour, so we don't have purple or violet, but we can edit that on Photoshop. We can always just give him, oh, we do. But that's, I don't know whether that's the purple you want. We can change the colour a bit. If it's a bit off you, that's, just let me know. But we got one with the pupil and we got one without. So whatever looks best, I guess. Second from the bottom row, messy look. Okay, let's go back to the hair and remind ourselves. The second from the bottom row. So that's the bottom. Oh, that's the bangs. I'm on the wrong section. I was like, yeah, that wasn't what I was looking at. There we go. So bottom row. This one, or was it that one? Let me know. Without pupil, awesome. He looks like one you don't want to get on the wrong side of, but he's a good guy, isn't he? He's good. The first one you click, that one, awesome. Okay, would you like him to have bangs? I mean, it's whether it goes with his look. We've got a ton of bangs we can go with here, as you can see. It's like the choice gets a bit wild. So if I'm clicking through any and you're like, oh yeah, them, then just let me know. I love how almost everything in this game have a reason. Thank you, Maro. Yeah, that's kind of something I want to make sure of. Like, I want there to be a purpose for things, and I don't want filler. I'm very anti-filler, me. I love detail. I love lots of dialogue and lots of characters and lots of story elements, but I like it to all have meaning and fit. I don't like randomness, filler, or anything like that. So it's gonna be a hell of a lot of fun to make all these characters connect and fit, that's for sure. I am fine. Husky and Oracle, you guys know each other? I remember Oracle saying he knows the name. It's a small world, if so. Okay, so I'm spoilt for choice, Oracle, with these bangs. I mean, you might not even want bangs, but if you do, then let me know, because there's so many bangs. Are cool. They are. They add a sort of they add something to the character. But yeah, we have these emo kind of edgy bangs, and then you get more, well, there's just all kinds of different styles of bangs. It just, this is the bit I get indecisive about because there's just so much choice. I guess it's what goes best with it. And they look pretty, they seem to match well with the hair, those. But we could go with any. That looks so weird. 4th row, I think. Okay, this is the 4th row, so if I'm not mistaken. So they look nice. But yeah, if there's any number, any in particular that you like, I'm happy to go with you. 3rd row. Yes, from another stream channel. Awesome. It is a small world. Number 2. There we go. Yeah, he looks cool. For sure. So, if I've got the right one, that is. Let me know, Oracle, if I screw up and click the wrong one. Okay, so black medium length, which we've done. We've given me his fair sort of skin. Bright violet eyes always give me away. They glow as the moon rises. So we got the purple. If there's a different purple, because that's kind of a, I mean, it is purple, but sometimes there's different shades of purple. So we can always, if you don't like that particular purple, we can always change it to a purple you do like. But just let me know if so. So dark glasses when I want to keep a low profile, and you gave me the reference image, so yeah, I'd say we've got pretty close with the eyes there. But yeah, let's see if there are any dark glasses. We'll have a look at our glasses assets, because I know there's some, so we can have a look through the accessories, then we can pick some clothes for you. Brighter purple would be better. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because the reference image you sent has very, very, almost like moonlight kind of eyes, like very bright, and they're probably a little bit more blue, I'd say, but we can totally, you know, try and get that sort of look, but with a purple sort of hue to them rather than a blue, for sure. We'll see what we can do. Okay, and of course that means as well that his actual sprite needs to have eyes that are all one colour as well, because right now his sprite's got normal eyes, which I believe is easily done. Where is it? It's here somewhere. It's under one of the, might be facial mark. No, not that one. There's one particular area in this generator that lets you change the eye of the sprite to, you know, an all one colour eye, and I'm just trying to remind myself where it is. Here it is. It's actually under glasses, funnily enough. So that also makes his sprite, we might need to edit the colour and brightness of them as well, but at least it, like, you know, makes it all one colour, because you don't want him having normal eyes. So we'll just have to make sure that the face and the colour of the sprite have matching eyes. But obviously if he does wear glasses, then it'll cover those eyes up, and we'll just save 2 versions of the sprite and face for whenever he wants to show his eyes and whenever he wants to keep a low profile. That is cool. Yeah, it's a good job we have that. I mean, You know, we'd have to edit it if not, but it's nice to know it's there. So let's look at the glasses again. So really, I mean, these are more the shade types. I don't know if if we were going to show that, we might have to like delete that bit and hide it, because it would go underneath the bang, I'd imagine. And so those are like mysterious sort of shades. The others are more regular glasses that we've got. But if you liked the regular ones, then we can always give him them. It depends what sort of look for glasses that you're after, I guess. But yeah, I think you wanted the dark glasses, judging by your form and what you said. So we could use them, but just delete that weird edge bit sticking out if we wanted to give the impression that the bangs are on top of them. Right, dark glasses. Right. Or you mean the colour? Okay, should we look at some clothes? But we can have to remember to save the glasses again in a bit. But let's get some clothes for him. So is there a particular outfit that you imagined him wearing? Because we have all sorts. The guy in the reference image is like sort of cloaked up, isn't he? And we do have that sort of thing. We have a cloak here. We can always turn it black. So if you wanted him to be, you know, cloaked up, then we've got that sort of dark cape for him. It totally depends what you're after, because there's a lot of different kinds of clothes. Dark robe's awesome. So that. And of course there is one with a hood, and it doesn't like go with his hair, so we'd have to make him bald to give the impression his hair's underneath if we wanted to have a version where he has his hood up. But if not, then we can totally just go for the robe one like this. And if it's black all over, then yeah. Because I have the option to bring in a second colour underneath the black part if so, but we can always keep it 100% black if you like that look. Don't need the hood up. Awesome. Okay, so how does this look with those glasses? Let's have a look. Were those the glasses you liked, by the way? Those ones? Yeah. I can't remember. I'm not sure which ones you visioned. Yes, if that's the yes to my answer to my question, awesome. So yeah, it's just that little sticking out bit that I'm not sure about with those glasses, because I suppose it's the bang being there that makes that look strange, but it's easily editable, not an issue at all. So it'll just be the eye colour that needs changing and the glasses part on that. I think those are the main edits, but we didn't look at the eyebrows, eyes and mouth. The eyebrows, the nose and the mouth, did we properly? I feel like we should, because he's currently just got the default ones. So we could, there's like a ton of angry types of brows. We've got normal brows, sad kind of brows. If he's a stern one, then I can imagine him having those slanted brows, but if he's more calmer, then I guess he'd have normal brows. But of course we will be making a range of expressions for the characters when they do come into the game. So even if someone has angry brows, they might not always have angry brows with every facial expression. Sometimes that they're calm. Stern slanted second from the right. That one, ooh, yeah, that suits him. noses. So we have strong bridge noses like that first one, and that's quite a pointy one as well. But then we have very cute small button type kind of noses as well. So it's whatever really fits him best in your mind. Let me know if if there's a nose in particular you like. Oh, second row eyebrows, those ones, awesome. So that he looks like an angry boy that you don't want to get on the wrong side of. Look at them ones though, all those. But yeah, those are a good middle ground if those are the ones you want to go for. They're not like super bushy or super thin. I have got the right one, haven't I? But there's a nose. I mean, I'm not sure which one you like the most, because I'm totally like any of them would do for me. But let me know if there was a particular nose you liked as well. So yeah, mouth as well. I imagine a thin line kind of mouth would suit him quite well, as it is his default pose anyway. But he could have a smirk like that sometimes, who knows? But yes. First one for the nose is fine, awesome, which is what we've got. So yeah, I've given him just a line for a mouth, because he strikes me as the kind of character that, you know, he's more like that. But if there's another mouth, if you think he actually suits having a different mouth, then feel free to let me know. Awesome. So I think we've done him, haven't we now? And let's just have a look what he would have looked like if he was a full elf. He would have had ears like that. But I like how he does, like, you can see the point still. I'm glad he's got a hairstyle where you can still clearly see he's a half elf, because he's got that pointy bit sticking out, which is nice. Because some bangs probably would have covered that up. Don't stick anything in my face. Hi, Chub. Thank you so much for the 24 months. That is 2 whole years. I appreciate that. That is a lot. That is a long time, guys. Chat, we need some hype for that, because that is something special. Thank you so much, Chubb, for your support. I hope you're having a good Friday. How are things going, Chubb? Have you got any plans for the weekend? Yay, thank you for the hype, Oracle. Right, chat. So I think we're done. Is there anything, if there's anything at all we've missed? I think we've looked. Hair, ears, eyebrows, eyes, nose, mouth. I mean, we have face shapes as well, but if you want him to have a more chiseled look like that, feel free to say. If that's, because that's kind of our default face shape, and sometimes some characters have more of a roundish, non-chiseled look like that one, but some go super chiseled here. Like, look how fierce they look. And then we've got the faces for really old characters, which of course Oracle is not like old, so you don't need that one. Default face shape is good. Awesome. Yay. So I think we're done, aren't we? But I like you guys to know the options, because you never know. You might have wanted him to be super like that. But there we go. So, glasses. So I'm going to make a note of that in the Trello now, just so I remember. So Oracle. So that's saved. So let's get our Trello page open. And I'm glad you were here, Oracle, when we made your character, because it's I know you're mostly going to be happy with him when we've done the eyes and the glasses stuff, because you've seen me do him. So face and Sprite mostly done. Just need to make eyes brighter and edit edge of glasses. Or I say underbangs. There we go. Just so I remember, because I might be like, what was that? So there we go. So that's awesome, guys. We're on track. I wanted to make sure that we had a look at all you guys today. So we've got to the end of our character list successfully. And yes, a lot of them aren't 100% done. Some are. I think 4 of them here on this list are done. Another few just need tiny edits, and then there's ones like Neffels which will take a little bit more time to finish. But this weekend, guys, because our next stream now is Monday. Looks great, yay. Our next stream now is on Monday. And we will be carrying on with this next week. I mean, the other option would be to jump straight into the battle mechanics stuff, because that's first on our mail list to do. I know that this is technically first, but I've already said that I'll be doing the scene work off stream. So really the next stuff is the battle mechanics, and that is very intense. Once I get into that, it's going to be time consuming, and I want to dedicate everything into that. So for that reason, I don't want to jump into that while we've still got character sheets to do. So I'm going to spend next week making sure they're all done, that we've done all of these character sheets, and they'll be out the way. Your characters will be walking across here as well next week. We'll get those in first thing, actually, the sprites, because once you've confirmed you're happy with how the sprite looks, they can go on the stream avatars then. So we can do them first thing before we even begin the character sheets. So yeah, my goal for this weekend is to finish all the edits that I've put here next to the characters. You'll be getting a DM from me, guys, if your name is on this list. You'll be getting a DM with your sprite and your character, your face, and I'll be asking if you're happy with that. And once you are happy with that, then it's ready to put in stream avatars and do the character sheet of. So I don't think that finishing these is going to take any longer than next week. I can see us saying doing 4 a day, 3 or 4 a day. So we've got 11 here. So we'll do 4 one day, 4 another, and 3 on another day. We'll probably do 3 on Monday if we're spending a part of the stream putting the avatars in stream avatars. So we'll do the first 3 on Monday, 4 on Wednesday, and 4 on Friday. And in between that, I'll be working on the scene stuff off stream, and then the week after that we'll be committing to battle mechanics, because we'll have done everything else. So that'll allow us to really focus on that and spend probably a couple of weeks in May at least. I'd say that would take for us to be happy with that, because it's not just about the boss. It's about doing the skill trees as well for the playable characters, which we have partially done, but there's a lot that still needs finishing with those skill trees, with those first 4 skills, because not all those skills are working mechanically yet properly. They're there, the idea's there, but I need to get it working, the formula properly for the skill. So yes, there'll be probably a couple of weeks of mechanic stuff after that, and hopefully all being on track. The last part of May, the end of the month, will be all about tidying up the mapping of Everbloom and Lakefall, and just sorting out some of the menus and UI as well, because all that needs to be done, because I'm planning on releasing a playable build mid-year. So because of that, everything needs to be tidied up and working properly and not a mess, basically. So we'll see how things go. But this is the schedule we're working on at the moment. So thanks for hanging out, guys. I think now would probably be a good time to finish things up. I'm very hungry. I didn't even go down for a snack. So I'm going to send us over to Mia, I think, today. I'm looking who's on. I think she's doing a subathon, actually. Let me just double check she is still online and hasn't happened to have gone offline the second that we end. Exclamation mark raid. Have a great evening, Rose. See you soon. Yeah, thank you for hanging out, guys. And I'll look forward to Monday's stream. For doing something with the character sheet. So, yay. Okay. So let's get Mia's stream up and ready. So it'd be awesome if you could come in, say hi, and join in on the raid, folks. No worries if you have to head off, but it's always appreciated if we share the love with other awesome folk and friends. Hope you're having a nice day, Rose. Was mostly just lurking and listening, but still, yeah, and I love my lurkers. I know that not everyone can chat, and that is totally fine. You lurk away, guys, if you need to. You lurk away. But I hope you're doing well. That's having have a good weekend, chat. So let's get the raid ready. Okay, guys. So I'll see you all on Monday, and take care. I'll miss you all. Thanks for being awesome.